Steve Moran here with Senior Housing Forum, and we are at the first ever Senior Dining Association Conference and Expo in Charlotte. And today I am with, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because I always blow this and I forget. Sean and Susan, and give me last names.
Keating.
And Susan Lopresti, Brandywine Living.
Oh, see, I would have gotten that wrong anyway. So now I feel like, I always worry that someone's going to say, well, it's Smith, and I'm going to feel really embarrassed. And you guys actually won an award today, right?
Yes.
So, and you're with Brandywine. You mentioned that, but I want to make sure we get that in. So, talk to me about the award you won and what you did to win it.
The concept is actually called, it's the Chophouse. And the way that we designed it was we wanted to take the dining room in the assisted living and flip it to a white tablecloth service of dining. Wine goblets are out there. They have wine, salt, pepper grinders, bread baskets, flavored butters. It's a 4-course meal. It's going to consist of a choice of an amuse, a choice of a salad, and then there's 3 different cuts of meats. So I could have a brisket, a tenderloin, steaks, porterhouse, chops, and then I'll create 3 different sauces to go with that as well. And then from there, they also have a choice of 2 different starches. So it could be a loaded sweet potato, it could be potatoes lyonnaise, and then their vegetables, and then they finish off with a dessert.
So how often do you do this?
This is a once a month theme, but we try to capture the feeling of being in the restaurant. So we actually cook everything a la carte. So it's made to order. It's a whole different, how can you say?
No batch cooking.
No batch cooking. We're bringing the restaurant style to the assisted living.
And where do I start with this? So I guess the first question I got to start with is, how do you afford to do this? It sounds expensive.
It's not by any means, because A, there's no waste.
We're replacing the meal that we would have already cooked for the residents with a different meal.
And like I said, everything is cooked to order, so there's no waste, it's minimal waste. And it's...
More staffing though, right?
I mean...
That would be Susan's part, because she handles the front of the house.
As far as staffing, we're rolling this out in Alexandria, Virginia, which is a newer community. And part of the reason why, besides a different atmosphere for the residents, it's also to connect with the marketing department. So the director of community relations, they have leads that they send to these events, which we therefore, I make sure that I'm the one out there helping them. Besides training the staff and the dining room supervisor, as well as the food service director, getting them all involved in a newer building, it's about connecting with not only the new residents that are there, but the leads that are there.
And so if it's more or less cost neutral, why don't you do this every night?
Oh, because it's not a special.
Okay. No. I want to break the mold. That's my vision. And Brenda Bacon, our CEO, is kind of letting me work with it. The way we operate in Voorhees and we're doing in Alexandria is typically in assisted living, you have assigned seating, assigned times. We don't operate that way. We operate, that's their dining room, and we're open from 7 in the morning till 7 at night. They know that they're going to have their lunch options are from 11:30 to 2:30. However, we have all-day dining on the left-hand side. Now that ranges from breakfast items all the way down to soup, salads, burgers, crab cakes, chicken. So there's always something there for them to eat. And then to get back to what I was saying was it's we let them sit where they want to.
It's very, very important.
They can sit at this table today and that table tomorrow.
It creates a sense of community.
Do you find that, this is sort of going to sound sexist, but it's a term that will make sense. Do you find there's sort of a mean girl syndrome in terms of people not really, being shunned or that kind of thing that you have to deal with?
I saw that more in the beginning. Now, because it's 48 seats and we have probably 76 AL residents, they're open to sitting with different people now because we've never had assigned seating. So sometimes if there's 3 people at a table and there's nowhere else, they're forced to sit with other people. I think that mentality is gone. I think that they all are all friends with each other. I think this forced them to have a community like this because they literally all sit with each other.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, this idea, because what you've really done is you've broken this traditional
Yes.
mold. And of course,
It can be done.
you know, you think that, well, you get past that once you get out of high school or maybe
No.
college, right? But it still happens.
It's
and
still
so it's
like
really
a high
cool.
school dining room. There
Yeah.
is that aspect, but they know if someone, they have their favorite tables, but if someone's sitting there, they know that it's open seating. Anybody can sit wherever they want. And from a sales perspective, would you want your mom or dad to sit with the same 2 people for the rest of their life?
No, because I wouldn't want to sit.
No.
I mean, I have some really, really good friends that I like hanging out with because
Right.
a lot of my work friends, a lot of my personal friends are work friends who live across the country, right? And I love hanging out with them. But if I could only hang out with them, I wouldn't like that very
No,
much, right?
because
Exactly. Exactly.
you could be missing out on your next best friend, meeting your next best friend, your next love. We have lots of couples that meet and are now best friends in Voorhees. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it.
This is so cool. So right now you're doing this sort of one big experience a month. Do you see that expanding to 2 a month to 3 a month? And do you have any sense of what that optimal number should be?
Actually, not only the Chophouse, I only submitted Chophouse, but we
Yeah.
actually do a pasta night as
Do
well.
Create your own pasta bowl.
Same concept. It's
Yeah.
3 different pastas, 3 different sauces, soup salads, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Yes, I mean, what we're trying to do is also open up also destination dinings. So we're trying to have all these within the month without overcrowding it and making it so much jammed. But I think once if everything can get rolling, I'd love to see it every Friday night.
So what I really love about this, and I'm moderating a panel tomorrow, and I'm going to spend some time talking about this, but I think that what we've done in senior living and dining that really drives me crazy is we try to create a 4-star experience for every meal, every day. And on the surface, it sounds great, but what we really have done is we've really taken the extraordinary and made it ordinary. So, if you went to your kids, you say, hell, man, we're going to Disneyland. And they go, oh, yeah, Disneyland. And then you say, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to go to Disneyland every single day for the next year. And at first they're going to go, oh, man, every day. But about day 60, they're going to say, oh, Mom, Dad, I don't really want to go to Disneyland anymore. And I really worry about that. And so I love what you're doing because I think you've really, you're creating the balance that we need to be able to continue to create special moments. So
That's what it's about. And
Yeah.
they love it. And then they brag to their family members, and then their family members come. It's great.
So, two questions I want to ask relative to it. Are you seeing it impact resident satisfaction scores and occupancy?
Definitely both.
Oh, occupancy, I mean, when I submitted for the award, we had 3 sales because of it, and I think we're up to 5 now, where our marketing department will invite their hot leads, and they've come in and they're like blown away, and they're like, not only do we love the atmosphere of the building and the feel and the look, but to dine like this is phenomenal.
I've had
Here's my
people
check.
tell me that it's better than going out to eat. I mean, it is going out to eat in assisted living.
It sounds terrific. I want to come.
Yeah, please.
I want to come. I want to come. I want to
Yeah,
come.
we'll definitely
I
invite
do.
you.
I want to come. So
I'll give you
good.
We have to book our dates for April yet.
Yeah.
We're slammed with events, but
Well, I know it won't be April because I've
Yeah.
got a full
Yeah.
travel
That's
schedule with Argentum, and
Yeah.
I think I've got
That's
3
right.
trips already. But I suspect sometime in the next 6 months I'll be on the East
that would
Coast,
be
and I would
great.
love
Well,
to come
we're going to
and
be doing
experience
them
it,
at
so.
different buildings. We just got
Yeah,
an
we
email
actually-
from Brenda. She wants us to go to 9 different buildings to do
start.
Chophouse.
So, do you have any buildings on the West Coast?
Nothing now.
I didn't think so.
We're from Long Island, Connecticut, down to Alexandria, Virginia, all on a 95 corridor.
Okay.
30,
Okay.
well, 29 and 1 comes.
So I got to travel east to do this, huh? Yeah.
That's something to look forward to.
I am. I'm from Sacramento.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you kidding? I love it there. When you guys are in sub-zero temperature.
I know.
We got an easy winter.
I've got 60, 70 degree weather.
I know.
The sun is shining.
Yeah.
So
You've had a lot of rain lately.
We have had a lot of rain.
Well,
It's
not
been
as
good
much as
weather.
us. We've had a
No.
lot of rain.
So-
Okay, so how do you have to travel back to the East Coast often? Or
So actually, I'm going to do one thing first. So this has been a great conversation, by the way. I appreciate being able to conversate. Great story. And so again, and congratulations.
Thank
to the
you.
winner.
Thank you.
So.